Hi YouTube, it's your girl Razia J and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time landing on my channel and seeing my face, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy that you are here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, thank you so much for the continual support. It really does mean the world to me. So guys, I am busting out these videos because we are on the road to 500. And I am positive that we are going to get there before the end of the year. So I want to become consistent in a new way so that when this channel grows and there's more students and there's more social workers logging in here for their daily dose of information, that they are finding what they need right here, right on time, and in the way that they like to chop up. So with that being said, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And if you have been rocking with Ray and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? And if you haven't shared my channel with a social work friend or a social work colleague or a student that's aspiring to be a social worker, what are you waiting for? I think we are in a prime time to share content on the World Wide Web and on these internet streets, that it's something that you can do for free. So while you are doing something for free and you're doing something that's going to benefit me and you, subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up, and drop a comment down below. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. So yes guys, yes guys, yes guys. Today's video is one that I am excited about. I think that I say this every single time. Like, girl, how excited are you about these videos? But if you have not gotten the point, the school year is about to start. The academic year for 2022-2023 is upon us. And it is the perfect time to get out information for social work students. And that is something that is near and dear to my heart. So here at the Social Work Cafe, the Social Work Students Cafe, I like that. I like that. So here at the Social Work Student Cafe, it is where we bring your daily dose of social work information for the students that are journeying on to their BSW or their MSW degree. So on today's video for the Social Work Student Cafe, I wanted to share some information on how you can successfully get the grades that you desire to get as a social work student, and some resources and some tools that I think will benefit any and everyone that is journeying on to their degree. And I really want to share some tips, not tips, I should say some valuable information on how to successfully complete school without feeling burnt out. I know. A lot of people say how much social work programs suck. And I really wanted to come out and say that you can make sure that you have a great experience without your program sucking the life out of you. So if you are a new student, if you are considering the profession, or if you just like to hear me talk, stay tuned. So yes, guys, one of the first things that I think is really, really important when you are going through a social work program so that you don't get drained or sucked to the bare minimum is remembering your why. I always tell people I think it's really important when you are doing your applications or doing your personal statements, or even before you get to that stage, knowing your why. Why do you want to be a social worker? There are so many professions out there. There's so many tracks. And I think being a social worker is a profession that you have to be called to. And I say this because there are bumps along the road, and it's such a vast or broad profession that I think if you come into this profession without your why, you would either get dragged into something that you are not passionate about, or you will be burnt out. The second thing I think it's really important for students to tap into is planning. Yes, planning. Scheduling time for you to do the things that you have to do. If you are in college, chances are you are 17 years old or above. And if you are going through a graduate program, you are probably 21 and older, or probably a returning student, non-traditional adult learner, and you may have responsibilities. Whatever stage you are on your journey, if you are a junior entering into a social work program, or you are going for your master's in social work, or if you're even going for your doctorate in social work, planning plays a big role in how effective you are going to be as a student. Make sure you are taking time at the top of your month to look at your syllabi, to look at your reading requirements, to look at what your internship has you doing, to look at all the things that makes a social work student, and see if you can do them and set time out to do them. One of the things that really helped me as a student was to have a planner and to do two important things in that planner. One, of course, put all of my class assignments and all of my readings and all of my internship stuff. But the other thing that I really found that helped me out a lot was scheduling time for myself. I recorded a video recently about hygiene and self-care and just finding opportunities to give back to yourself. And one of the ways that I did that was by scheduling that time out. So it didn't matter what I had going on in my life. I knew that Saturdays was going to come and I was going to take some time for myself to do things that brings me joy. So yes, a planner. And you don't need to have a fancy planner, but just find a way, a system to plan out your month, your week, your days, so that you can be as effective as possible. The third thing I'm going to recommend that you do so that you can be successful, get plugged into your local university. If there is a club, if there is something that you are passionate about, if there's a hobby that you like, even if you don't see someone doing it or if you don't see a club, start it. But whatever you need to do to build community, do it. I think that community is something that we often neglect as students because we are so busy with life, and sometimes making new friends as an adult is hard, right? So pushing yourself to become intentional about community, and I don't necessarily mean finding a new best friend, but just finding community that are like-minded and are doing the things that you want to do. For me, when I was in graduate school, I joined the activism committee because activism and justice and racism and the Black Caucus, those were things that spoke to me as an individual. And I knew that if I wanted to connect with people that thought the same way as I, or similarly, I would have to find them in areas that promotes that, right? People only join clubs, social clubs, because it brings them joy. And that also helps with you navigating the outside world, right? Because in those social clubs are not just going to be students like yourself. There are going to have faculty members, they're going to have alumni, and you get to meet new people. And that leverages you as an individual that has references in the back door. Like if you need references, that's where you're going to find them. And another thing that I think that is really important for you to do, and I will call this I would say this is the fourth thing, really and truly know what it is that you want to do as a social worker. I cannot stress this enough. It is hard to focus and to study and to read material in graduate school if it is not your passion. And I say this because when you are at the MSW level, you can declare a concentration. It's no longer general studies. It's what do you want to do? So I think that if you are in a BSW program and you are thinking about getting your MSW, it's a great time for you to start volunteering so you can know what pushes you, what motivates you, what brings you joy, what group, what population, what topics are things that you are interested in so that you can do the work, but do it in a way that makes sense. I know that when I was taking my clinical classes, I did not give them my all. Although I did do well in them, I did not give them my all because it wasn't my passion. But if I did not identify my passion in my BSW program, I would have been struggling when it came time to be successful in an MSW program. So find your passion, and you find that through volunteering. If you volunteer at your local community centers or your local YMCAs or your local city hall, you get to see, like, do I want to do micro, meso, or macro work. And that gives you a broad sense of what you're getting yourself into. And knowing that, it means the world. And the fifth and final thing that I would share with you guys is really and truly just believing in yourself. I know that this is easier said than done at times. Believe in yourself. Believe in why you want to be a social worker. Don't let people discourage you from the profession if it's something that you really, truly want to do. Just simply believe in yourself. Write affirmations. Tell yourself that you are worth it. Tell yourself that you can do it. And I know that people say that social work programs are so hard, and that can be very nerve-wracking as a new student when people say things like the profession doesn't get paid or social work programs are hard, and just keep trotting along until you get the degree. It can be challenging. It can be nerve-wracking. It can be intimidating. And I'm here to say, as a fresh graduate, that I wish I did not listen to what the naysayers had to say, even those who meant good. Because there's a lot of social workers who were telling me, like, you just got to suck it up. Or, yeah, you got big dreams. I don't know if that's going to happen for you right out of graduation, out of graduate school, right? And I remember looking at myself in the mirror last March, I want to say, and I was like, what they're saying can't be my reality. And I started to remind myself that just because someone has a story and they are a social worker does not mean that it is my story and I am going to replicate that. So I really want to leave this with saying, like, finally, just believe in yourself. And know that it doesn't matter what someone's story is. It doesn't have to be your story. You just really have to believe in yourself and believe in your potential and believe in what you offer to the profession, but not just to the profession, but to the people, the population, the organizations that you are going to enter in after you get your degree. If you found this video helpful in any sense of the way, or you stayed this long, leave me a comment down below, drop me a purple heart and say hello. And until next time, I hope you guys are really, really, really taking the chance and taking the time to look within, search yourself, and to become more self-aware, more positive, and more ambitious. You can do hard things.